Welcome to the Corporate Sister TV. My name is Solange Lopes and I'm the founder of the Corporate Sister website and platform. In this particular video, we are talking about finding fulfillment in a career you don't love. With all the talks about finding fulfillment, achieving your purpose, and all the glamorous pictures of boss girls, boss women, boss ladies on Instagram and other social media platforms, it can be downright challenging to find happiness in a career or a job that you don't necessarily love. And it can get really easy to start looking down on your particular career. However, it is possible to find fulfillment in a career you don't particularly love on the way to finding and thriving in a career that you do happen to love. And in order to do that, I'd like to suggest 3 questions to ask yourself. If you're finding yourself in a situation where you are in a place of employment, in a position that you don't particularly enjoy, but still want to experience some level of fulfillment on your way to achieving greater satisfaction and fulfillment in a professional capacity. The first question that I'd like to suggest is, how can I combine my natural talents and my acquired abilities in this particular job, career, and or position? All of us have natural gifts and talents. Those are the gifts and talents that are sought after by your friends, family members, or people who come across your path. Those are the things that come easily and naturally to you. Things like maybe writing or baking, or networking, or just having open conversations with people, or being able to organize events and occasions very easily, or maybe a knack for decorating, or a knack for organizing certain types of things. Whatever your natural gifts or talents are, take some time to make an inventory of them and to seriously think about what it is that you're good at. Why do you need to do that in this particular context of finding fulfillment in a career that you don't necessarily enjoy? What many people do not take into account is that being able to apply your natural gifts and talents and combine them with the acquired abilities that you use most of the time in your current career can make a world of difference in the way you perceive your work and in the way you start enjoying and thriving in your work as well. Maybe you are particularly good at organizing events, or maybe you're a very good networker. It could be that there may be a particular opportunity or many particular opportunities for you to use your natural gifts and talents in your current career. Maybe you could be organizing meetings and events in the context of your current career by combining this natural knack that you have with your acquired abilities at work. This is just a simple example of a way for you to put together those things that come naturally to you with the abilities that you've acquired through your work, through education, or through other formal or informal opportunities. The second question that I invite you to consider is, how does my job help people? One very important component of finding fulfillment in the work we do is this sense of service that we get when we're able to help other people. A lot of people and a lot of women in particular report really high levels of professional satisfaction when they're able to make a difference in other people's lives. I know in my capacity as a professor and a writer, being able to help if only one person makes a world of difference for me. And unfortunately for many, if not for most people, this service component is severely missing in the work that they do. As a result, many people tend to get a sense that their work doesn't matter, that it really doesn't impact anyone and doesn't make a difference in the world. So I ask you to take a little bit of time and look at the work you do and ask yourself how the work you do helps people. And this may require you to be a little creative in the process. You may have to have conversations with your team or your managers to to dig and find out a little more about the service component of your career as well. For example, as an accountant, you may think, well, my job doesn't make much of a difference, right? All I do is maybe, build financial statements or report the financial situation of my department or my company. But if you think about it, you, in a way, are contributing to the financial fabric of society. You are contributing to helping people trust in companies and businesses, trust in the fairness of financial markets, and in the fact that if they were to invest their life savings, for example, in a particular business or in a particular sector of the economy, that they would be protected because of the work that people like you do. This is just an example of how you could be looking at your job or your career and extract the service component of it that can allow you to gain a different, more positive, more fulfilling perspective about it. And last but not least, the third question that I invite you to consider is, am I fulfilled outside of work? What many people do not realize is that their fulfillment at work and their fulfillment outside of work are very closely interconnected. Many times it's hard to enjoy the work you do or even any advances or positive outcomes in your career when your outside life is not very satisfactory to you. For example, if you're having issues in your relationships, issues in your family, if you don't feel like you measure up as a partner or as a parent or as a friend, it's really hard to gain the type of fulfillment that would really make a difference for you in your career as well. Because you're one and the same person, and what you experience at work tends to have consequences on what you experience outside of work and vice versa. So I suggest to you to really start looking at ways in which maybe your life outside of work is not providing you with the satisfaction and the fulfillment that you need, and in turn is negatively impacting your career. Maybe you're in need to solidify and strengthen your relationships outside of work. Maybe you just need to have more fun or just more rest outside of work. So this requires here a little bit or a lot of introspection and a lot of honesty too as to what is working and what is not working outside of work, and hopefully fixing some of those things that may not be working or that may not be satisfactory outside of work can really help give your career a boost, even if it's not the career that you love, on your way to your most fulfilling potential and your most fulfilling career. I'd be curious to know what suggestions you may have or what things you may have tried to do in order to gain more fulfillment in a career that you don't love. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you on the next video.